Hello everyone and welcome to the 5th episode of my Terraria Master Mode series. Now, I'm going to start off directly where I left off in the last episode, where I began to build the arena to fight a boss named Golem. And if you know Terraria, Golem is a very easy to kill boss. Well, unless it's Master Mode like this. So yeah, I died like really fast, and well, that was kind of disappointing. And so after my failure, I decided to use the solar tablets that I found inside the actual jungle temple to summon a solar eclipse. And in the solar eclipse, I sought to obtain a broken hero sword. It is it's a decently rare item that drops from one of the rare mobs in the solar eclipse known as Mothron. Now with this broken hero sword, and combined with my True Knight's Edge and True Excalibur, whenever I get that, I can create the best sword I can get at the moment in the game, known as the Terra Blade. And this thing could absolutely annihilate Golem, if I was lucky at least. Sadly though, I was unable to craft it at the moment because to craft it I need True Excalibur, and I don't have any Clorophyte bars to actually, upgrade the normal Excalibur into the True Excalibur. So I'm gonna have to go mining for some Clorophyte. While I'm mining that Clorophyte, let me tell you about today's sponsorship. Myself! Yeah, my sponsorship is myself, because I've never had one, and I still don't. But let me tell you about my new accomplishment. Now, I just unlocked memberships not too long ago on YouTube, and now, any of you viewers who really want to support me, or anything, use super thanks to donate to me. Donate money, whatever amount you want. Or if you really, want to support me to the maximum effort you probably ever could, you can pay a certain amount of money every month and you get special benefits on the channel, such as emojis, a badge next to your name that upgrades over time, access to secret footage, such as this video's footage before I even edit it, or videos before I post them. And anyways, let's get back to it, and thanks for everything. Terra Blade time. After killing Skeletron Prime a few more times, I went back over to the jungle, and let's say the Golem fight went a lot easier this time. With the Sunstone, which I got from Golem, I crafted the Celestial Stone, and with it, and a charm I got from a werewolf, I think, I combined them together and created the Celestial Shell. Afterwards, feeling that my power levels were high enough, I summoned the Torch God, just for an extra little thing, and I attempted to survive it. Luckily, my defense and health and everything was high enough and I got it. I also needed new houses for all the new NPCs, such as the cyborg and stuff, so I went on the top of this big nearby, living wood tree and carved it out to make a house. Or, well, not just one house, many houses. And so, my little treetop village thing had been created. Now that I had things settled, I went over to the dungeon and I began to fight my Lunatic Cultist for the first time.
Oh, Gravity Falls, it is good to be back!
After having to basically figure out exactly where I was in progression again, I sought out to find my next goal, which was, of course, killing the Lunatic Cultist. Near the end of this series, I want to try and craft the Zenith, which is one of the best swords in the game. Actually, it is the best weapon in the game, basically, no matter what, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Like 99% of people who play Terraria would agree. And to craft it, you need the Terra Blade, the Star Wrath, Meowmere, all these crazy legendary swords, which are pretty hard to get. And one of them is called the Influx Waver, and you get the Influx Waver from killing Martian saucers in the Martian Madness event. And to spawn the Martian Madness event, you have to kill a Martian probe, which can spawn somewhere high up in space. So I went up to a sky island and began farming, creatures and hoping that one of them would spawn. Sadly, even after I killed the last UFO and the event ended, I did not get the influx waiver. Once again, I lost footage, and this time I lost a lot of footage. I basically killed some of the pillars, the Lunar Pillars, and I killed the Lunatic Cultist and everything. And I guess at some point I crafted the Phantasm and the Solar Eruption weapons, and yeah, a lot happened, and I lost the footage, I believe because I recorded too much, and it started to delete the old footage. And so I kind of got bored from all of that, and I decided to challenge Duke Fishron for the first time in Master Mode, and probably one of the first times ever, because usually I have a lot of trouble with Duke Fishron. At some point, I also went back and killed the Martians again, but this time I got the influx waiver. My next major goal was to basically craft a house where the truffle NPC could move in. And basically this guy sells something called, I believe, the Haminator? Ham? Pig goes to ham. Anyways, basically it's something that turns chlorophyte bars plus glowing mushrooms into Shroomite bars. And these things are really good for the bow. Basically makes all bow, gun, range damage like really high. It's the second best ranger armor in the entire game. And I was kind of going towards the ranger thing instead of, you know, like the entire invincibility frames setup like I was doing before. And instead of dodging, I'm basically going full ranged attack mode, trying to make my bow strong enough to take down an eldritch god. And let me just tell you, building this house for that mushroom guy, he's not a fun guy. With the house complete, all I needed to do for the truffle to actually move into the house was to make more houses for my normal NPCs to go into and, you know, live in, because, well, they didn't really have enough. But before that, I spawned the pumpkin moon. attempting to postpone the time when I will inevitably create more houses, I went over into the jungle and began mining for Clorophyte. And with these Clorophyte bars, plus the glowing mushrooms, I'll create the Shroomite bars and then into Shroomite armor, which will insanely buff my arrow damage. So let me try to explain to you really quick about what is happening here with me switching worlds and stuff. Basically, I have this other world called the Vault, where I have acquired many items from different worlds that I've owned over, the last however long. And if you ever see me basically going between worlds in this footage, or, like items popping out of my chest or appearing in my chest, it's because I'm switching items over into this world, or maybe if I really need something, I'll, give myself a little bit of a gift, a birthday gift really quick, and, give me like the one material that I might need if I just have it, just to give me a little bit of extra help. I don't know, I just kind of, if I really need something, I'll take it from here. If not, I won't. But yeah, that's my explanation. So yeah, I accidentally fought the Empress of Light, and I died pretty quickly. But this time, it wasn't going to be on accident. I was going to find one of them, kill him, and, have potions and stuff so I would actually be prepared to fight it. Since I wanted to get the Shroomite bars and, have all my ranger stuff, I thought, you know what, I might as well try and kill the Lunatic Cultist, get the pillars ready, prepare to spawn the Moonlord whenever I actually, am ready, so I don't have to go through all this crazy spawning stuff later. And then I finally began to build more houses. And once all the NPCs were moved in, the truffle moved in, allowing me to buy the auto hammer from him, craft Shroomite bars, and then Shroomite armor. Since this video is getting pretty long and my editing software is actually starting to basically crack and fall apart from how much, editing and stuff I'm doing, I'm gonna try and, wrap this video up soon. So let me explain, kind of glide over what happened. Basically, at one point, I made this big arena and I did a bunch of Old One's army stuff. And it was all because I thought that the Sky Dragon's Fury, which is a sword that drops in that event, is needed to craft the Zenith, the best sword in the game. But it turns out that it is not. And yeah, it was kind of all like a waste of time, so that's why I'm gliding over it. And I kind of just kept improving and building stuff and doing anything I could to get closer to killing the Moonlord, because he was extraordinarily difficult. After all that horrible stuff that just happened there, all those different attempts at Moonlord, and the thing is, I had to do the pillars, the Lunatic Cultist, everything again whenever I died to the Moonlord. So yeah, to kind of break the cycle, I went over into the Hollow at night, captured a prismatic lace wing, which is what is used to summon the Empress of Light, and I began to fight her. And right there, as you saw, I had finally beaten the Moonlord, and the suffering had ended, I could say. With the Moonlord defeated and the challenge of this video and, this series basically completed, I was able to kind of just, enjoy the game. I could go and create some crazy buildings and builds and things and just generally enjoy more of the game without, the worry of the Moonlord or, having to defeat the bosses.
From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine.
Then I went into a classic world, because I can, killed the Moonlord, and from its body I got the Star Wrath, which combined with the Meowmere, which I got from the vault, and a bunch of other swords, some from my world, some from the vault, some from other worlds, I was finally able to craft the Zenith. But for now, this is where I'm going to end it off. My editing software has kind of, shattered to pieces over the course of it. CapCut just can't handle all of the footage and cuts and stuff. But it's done so well for me over the last few years that I'm still using it to this day. Anyways, thanks for watching. I might not make a video again on this series for a little bit, but for now, this is the end. And Anyways, goodbye. I'll see you next time, and have a good day.